Hello there, you're now with me, Douglas Hillett, for TVS News at 5. It's Saturday, September 3rd. Let's begin with our top story. Civil servants who leak court judgment papers may have to face action by the Public Services Commission, SPA. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Parliament and Law, Dato Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said the Commission has the provisions and disciplinary powers that can be used against those involved, as courts have rules to comply with.
Saya menyerah perkara ini kerana di dalam mahkamah itu sendiri ada mempunyai peraturan dalam perlembagaan ya. Kalau sesiapa yang melakukan kesalahan di situ ataupun kalau pegawai ini adalah pegawai bukan pihak hakim, maka ada undangan di bawah Jabatan Perkhidmatan Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan mempunyai kuasa-kuasa disiplin yang tertentu.
Wan Junaidi was met by reporters at the Kembara Anak Samurai ke Sarawak program in Santubong on Friday. He was commenting on the alleged leak judgment on Datin Sri Rosmah Mansur's corruption case. Earlier today, Sentul District Police Chief ACP Beh Eng Lai said police have recorded the statements of two individuals in relation to the case, namely a High Court judge and a legal officer. The Chief Registrar's Office of the Federal Court lodged a police report over the matter on August 27 after the alleged judgment was published on a portal that had also carried a purported leaked draft of Dato Sri Najib Razak's SRC International appeal judgment.
More historical and old buildings of significance in Sarawak will be gazetted and preserved to retain its value and heritage. Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Minister Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said the historic buildings present Sarawak identity and cultural past.
When met at the launching of the Cebu Heritage Photography Contest 2022 on Friday, Karim said there are a number of old heritage buildings in Sarawak that had been gazetted.
Photography has helped in various ways to preserve time, memories, and our cultural heritage, identity, and also to preserve indigenous culture. Heritage photography helps to build greater awareness, especially among the younger generation, of the importance of their own cultural heritage and inspire the importance of safeguarding.
He said it is important to gazette the buildings in order to protect its identities and to help upkeep the buildings. However, he said renovation and repainting of old buildings would have to seek clearance first from the State Museum as they fall under the Sarawak Heritage Ordinance. The heritage buildings, Karim added, also include longhouses such as the Melanau Longhouse, which is the oldest Melanau Longhouse in Muka.
A 38-year-old male driver perished after the vehicle he was in collided head-on with a trailer around 8 p.m. Friday evening. The incident took place at Jalan Sibu Bintulu, involving a sedan car and a timber trailer. According to Bomba Sibu Zone 4 Chief Jangan Muling, a distress call was received at around 8:07 p.m. and a rescue unit from Selangor Fire Station was dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, the team discovered that the man was pinned to his seat and had to be extricated. However, he was confirmed dead at the scene by medical officers. The deceased, identified as Jocelyn Mat from Selangor, was believed to be heading from Sibu towards Bintulu, while the trailer was heading in Sibu's direction. The deceased was then handed over to the police for further action. The case is being investigated under Section 41 of the Road Transport Act 1987. And a body was fished out from Kuching's waterfront this evening. The 49-year-old man was believed to have fallen from the Bangkalan Panjang jetty into the Sarawak River today. According to the Fire and Rescue Department Bomba, a call was received to inform of the incident at around 1:29 p.m. Police and rescuers combed the river by using an underwater hook. The body was fished out at the river around 4:40 p.m. just now. Citing a witness, the victim hails from Kampung Sungai Bedil and he is a cobbler and has his own stall located near the area. Welcome back. Thanks to conservation efforts by Sarawak Forestry Corporation SFC, the number of green sea turtles returning to nest at Semelajau National Park are increasing over the recent years. A welcome aside, the discovery of 67 green sea turtle eggs recently at the park's Golden Beach is the first in over 20 years. The landing is largely due to the Reef Ball Marine Conservation Project that started in 2019.
Since 2015, over 1,336 green sea turtle eggs were laid at Semelajau's Golden Beach. Out of the figures, 619 eggs hatched successfully and had been released to sea. According to SFC Bintulu Regional Manager Nixon Joseph, the green sea turtle is a peculiar creature as it will not instantly return to nest on the first landing. Instead, it will scout the area first to ensure that the condition is safe and favorable for the hatchlings.
Dari segi pendaratan yang kita dah rekod sekarang dalam mengikut bulan-bulan telur penyu bertelur, bulan Mei, Jun, Julai macam tu, kita dapati dalam tiap-tiap bulan dia ada kenaikan lah. Dalam kadang-kadang 12 ekor, lebih daripada 10 dia naik saja, tapi yang bertelur ada jugalah. Tidak semestinya penyu ni dia tidak semestinya dia naik, dia bertelur. Ada yang dia naik sekejap, dia akan turun atau dia akan datang lagi untuk bertelur. Macam yang kita lihat ini tadi, yang ni sebenarnya kita lihat ada banyak bekas penyu naik, sebenarnya itu adalah penyu yang sama. Sebab dia mau cari tempat yang bagus dan dia akan bertelur.
He added once laid, the eggs will be placed in the hatchery to protect it from predators such as monitor lizards and wild boars, as well as poachers.
Biasanya telur kita akan bawa ke kawasan pengeraman sebab kita ada projek di Semelajau yang kita namakan Turtle Conservation Project. Jadi dekat sana kita akan masukkan penyu itu untuk dieram dan kita akan monitor. Jadi tiap-tiap hari kita akan lihat perkembangan telur dari segi suhu pasir, suhu tempat tersebut sehingga telur itu bernetas, dan apabila telur itu menetas nanti kita akan buat release program.
Even though the hatchlings are released to sea, their survival rate is only 1%. Additionally, the gender of the green sea turtle is dependent on the temperature of the sand. If the sand is warm, then the hatchlings will be female, whereas if the sand is cold, then all the hatchlings will be males. This is because the eggs are gender neutral in the beginning. The highest hatching record at Semelajau National Park was in 2015 with 277 hatchlings.
Singapore has recalled a soy sauce product from Malaysia after detecting high levels of benzoic acid past the regulatory limit stated in the Singapore food regulations. According to Singapore Food Agency SFA, the use of benzoic acid is also not declared on the product labeling.
SFA took it to their Facebook by saying that they has directed the importer to recall the products as a precautionary measure. Following Singapore food regulations, SFA only permitted food additives that are with levels within the maximum limit are allowed to be of use in food. They added that a once-off consumption of the affected products is not likely to be a food safety concern because soy sauce is not a staple food consumed at high levels. Singapore also recalls Malaysia's mooncakes as they contain high levels of E. coli, exceeding the microbial limits for ready-to-eat food.
Sri Lanka's ousted former president Gotabaya Rajapaksa arrived to his home country in the early hours of Saturday, 7 weeks after he fled the islands amid months-long anti-government protest. Rajapaksa's return was welcomed by a welcoming party of ministers and politicians at the main airport.
Rajapaksa fled the island nation in July after anti-government protesters stormed his official residence following months of angry demonstrations blaming him for the nation's worst economic crisis. Rajapaksa resigned upon his arrival in Singapore, and he had spent the past few weeks in Thailand, where he lived as a virtual prisoner in a Thai hotel room. Rajapaksa arrived back in Sri Lanka days after the country reached a preliminary agreement with the International Monetary Fund for a loan of about $2.9 billion. Sri Lanka's current financial turmoil, its worst since the country's independence in 1948, stems from economic mismanagement as well as the COVID-19 pandemic.
And that's the quarter-hour update on News at 5. More headlines anytime. Head to our website, tvstv.my, or follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even TikTok. Thank you for watching. I'm Douglas Elliott, and have a pleasant day ahead.